What an exciting journey this season has been. We began on the island of Elba, Italy, then moved into the high mountains of Andorra, coming then to the Dolomites. HERO Dolomites, one of the most spectacular and toughest marathons of the season. Before the Black Forest Ultra challenged the riders with deep trails and determination. And now it all comes down to this La Tramun, unique and extraordinary for single trail specialists. One last race, one last battle, and the moment when champions are made.
The best plan is to have no plan. I will go and I will push mountain tempo and yeah, just enjoy it because it's so technical and every corner you can make a mistake. So yeah, keep it safe and bring the least jersey to Girona.
Contento di essere qua.
I'm happy to be here. Last race, very important and very technical. For me, it's the first time here. I've seen the track. It's really technical. It will be a tough race. I hope to do well.
Yeah, it's great. It was a great season for me till now. I'm really looking forward. The track is really tough. It will be a long day out and yeah, really excited to look how it's going.
I checked the first half and it's super technical, really steep climbs, really hard, and it's the thing here is that it's really hard for the whole body. You have to work with your arms and your core to have everything right on the downhills, and it's super demanding for the whole body. I think could be one of the hardest races of the season.
La Tramun Otter Europe, fifth and last round of the 2025 HERO UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup in Costa Brava. The Spanish race has grown from strength to strength every year. It attracts fans and athletes of the Spanish coast for one of the most important bike expos in Europe. This year is the last round of the HERO UCI World Cup, boasting an 82 kilometers and an elevation gain of nearly 3,000 meters marathon trail to crown the final winners of the 2025 HERO UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup. Andreas Seewald leads the men's elite rankings, followed by Wout Alleman from Belgium, and they're going to give it all until the very last second. After 4 kilometers of neutralized start, Wout Alleman tries to attack in order to close the gap in the overall standings and to test his conditions. Weather data are ideal with a temperature between 16 and 27 degrees Celsius, light wind and a humidity of 70%. Unfortunately, some heavy rain is expected during the race. The event features a spectacular track marked by numerous single trails and crosses. The single trails are the main protagonist of the route, turning the event into a test of the rider's physical condition and technical skills. The season has been long and demanding, with a lot of riders like Alleman and Seewald having a hard summer. At the first second feed, Alleman is still in front, then loses a solitary lead after being chased by a group led by Leo Paetz and Casey South. Alleman, Paetz, South, together with Stotzmann and Rabensteiner, makes this part of the race crucial and tactical. And Leonardo Paetz, together with Casey South, are moving on front of the group, with Wout Alleman dropping in 7th position. The rain starts to make the already hard La Tramun race even harder. At the second split, after almost 2 hours, Mark Stutzmann is in front, followed by Leo Paetz and a brilliant Dario Kerchi, down by 1 minute. Casey South, Fabian Rabensteiner and Andreas Seewald are following after 10 seconds, while Wout Alleman drops in 9th position. Time for the women's elite. The elite women ranking is spearheaded by Rosa Van Doorn, 860 points from the Netherlands. She have to keep a close eye on Sandra Meinhofer, 710 points from Italy, who is right behind her. The final podium will see Deborah Piana, also from Italy, and Leila Niemcevic from Bosnia, battling it out, and they're respectively third and fourth. Right after a neutralized start, Leila Niemcevic, second at the first round of the 2025 HERO UCI Marathon World Cup in Capoliveri, Italy, takes the lead for a while. After a few kilometers, it's Paula Gorycka-Kurmann to start an impressive progression and to move into the lead. The Polish rider was already on the podium on the HERO Dolomites in Gruden, Val Gardena, third round of the World Cup, and tries a final attack to the overall podium. At the first second feed, Van Doorn still battling for a good position with Gorycka-Kurmann already leading with a solid advantage, while the riders approaches the demanding single tracks. The race is set against the backdrop of lush nature, and its trails are the result of bringing together various routes. La Tramun will seriously test the physical condition and technical skills of the cyclist. Rosa Van Doorn drops in 7th position. Meanwhile, Paula Gorycka-Kurmann is increasing her lead and painting a dominant first part of the final round. At the second split, after 2 hours and 25 minutes, Gorycka-Kurmann leads with Rosa Van Doorn, who came back from 8th, in second position, down by 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Third is Vera Loser, chasing the Dutch by 16 seconds together with Niemcevic, the Italian Market, and the Swede Bolin, while Sandra Mayhofer, second overall, sits in 7th. Finally, no rain for the men's elite, even some sunlight, but the rain is wet. La Tramun is characterized by its commitment to authentic mountain biking. 83.5% of the course is dedicated to a single-track narrow, technical trails seamlessly integrated into the natural environment, engaging in the reputation of the ultimate single-track marathon. The remaining sections, less than 20% of the course, consist primarily of forest and dirt roads that link single-track segments and traverse less technical terrain. These stretches allow riders to maintain a steady pace with firmer surface compared to the rail section. Leonardo Paez, winner in Andorra and second in Gardena, Samuele Porro, fourth at the Black Forest round and silver at the Worlds, Andreas Seewald, leader overall with 2 victories and a second place this year, and Wout Alleman, winner of the first round at the Elba Island and 2 more times on the podium, together with Fabian Rabensteiner, third in Capoliveri, are among the main actors of the 5th and final round of the 2025 HERO UCI Marathon World Cup. After a big and demanding downhill at kilometer 48, a drop of 500 meters in a 3-kilometer span, the riders arrive at a second feed and Fabian Rabensteiner has to finally give up. It's a hard race for a lot of riders and this is the last place to stop. Rabensteiner and several athletes decided not to continue, destroyed physically and mentally by the tough conditions. There's some uncertainty as to who will win among the men's category. Andreas Seewald leads the way after starting the circuit by flying under the radar and is now in the top spot thanks to the 2 consecutive wins at the HERO Südtirol Dolomites and Black Forest Ultra Bike Marathon. There are 3 cyclists rushing right behind him who have no intention of giving up. Wout Alleman placed 3rd in the German race after an unstoppable performance during the circuit's first races, and Joele De Cosmo from Italy, an unexpected sensation for this season, while Leo Paez from Colombia trails behind. The latter still has a redeeming shot at the podium despite a subpar performance in Germany due to health issues. One last race, one last challenge on the slopes of the coastal Pyrenees, where the 2025 HERO UCI Marathon World Cup's winner will be decreed is arriving at his epilogue. First to cross the finish line is Casey South, an astonishing performance for the Swiss. Samuele Porro steps on the second place of the podium, concluding his successful season with a second highlight after the silver medal of the World Championships, while Max Stutzmann completes the podium of the most intense, challenging, brutal race of the season.
It was super fun. The course was just epic to ride. It started to rain, so it got quite slick. One of the downhills was nearly impossible to ride, but then one of the last downhills where it was like quite steep, it was possible again to ride. And then I know when I get in the flat, I can do a time trial and get away.
After 5 adrenaline-packed races and the organizing committee already working on the 2026 HERO UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup, the next edition with the 5 races which took place in 2025 and starting next year's circuit by introducing a brand new race to be held on February 21st in Calpe, Costa Blanca in Spain. The high-octane race didn't finish yet with the men's arrival. For the women's race, didn't disappoint either, and there is still some room for a final surprise. Paula Gorycka-Kurmann, after her second place at the Hero Dolomites in Gröden, concludes the season with a large victory, securing a final top 3 overall. Rosa Van Doorn finished the La Tramun second, which netted her 200 points, all she needed to ensure she could take the 2025 HERO UCI Marathon World Cup home. While Amanda Bolin steps on the podium in third place on a race which has been a real hero ending of the season. Loser is 4th, Niemcevich 5th, and Sadra Mayhofer's 7th place is enough to close the season as 2nd overall.
My race was like we planned with my coach Andreas Kurmann. I wanted to be first on the first downhill. I could make it, so I started the downhill as first, and so it was. I was the whole rest of the race alone. With the weather, it was much harder than in the dry conditions, like in the trainings. But I achieved this, and finally I achieved also my goal to win the World Cup.
The last weeks I paid a bit for a long and hard season, I think, so the performance was not there anymore. Yeah, today was a crazy hard race for me. On the one side I felt a bit better than the last weeks, but on the other side I knew if I just don't crash and Wout just don't finish first, I have no stress today and just need a solid day on the bike.
I cannot believe it, and I'm so proud of with Megatmo. We did a super good teamwork, and yeah, to finish is still super nice. To finish and be alive in this track, that's happy to me. If you have here the Leeds jersey in Sea Otter, it's a tough challenge because it's so technical, and it was pouring down with the rain, so it got even more technical, and yeah, it was more to take it safe also, and yeah, to bring the Leeds jersey in, yeah, that's cool.
And it's time to crown the champions of the 2025 HERO UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup. Rosa Van Doorn takes the title in the women's elite. Among the men, Andreas Seewald is the winner of the series. That's it, that's all. See you next year at the 2026 HERO UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup.
What a race, what a season, what champions! La Tramun has once again delivered pure mountain bike drama, a fitting conclusion to an unforgettable HERO UCI Mountain Bike World Cup. But the story doesn't end here. The new season is already calling with a new entry. On February 21st, 2026, the HERO Costa Blanca will open the 2026 UCI Mountain Bike Marathon World Cup in Spain. Fresh trails, new bottles, and the same passion which drives this incredible sport. See you there.